Yo, what is going on, Vikings fans? Skol back again with another Minnesota Vikings video. See by the title, Gary Kubiak. Happened a couple of days ago. I'm going to be giving you guys my full thoughts because I kind of took a couple days to see what the options are of offensive coordinator. But if you did not know, Gary Kubiak retired. Props to him. Whatever your feelings are towards the guy. I know Vikings fans have a lot of mixed feelings. Props to him, though. Congrats on retirement. Gary, Super Bowl winning head coach. Helped us out for a pretty good offense this year. Anyways, didn't upload yesterday. I'm working on some big changes to the channel. Actually, we got a whole new type of video coming to you guys tomorrow. Keep your mind on the lookout for that. It's almost like a Vikings version of First Take, a Vikings version of like Undisputed. Switch it up, get a more talk show, get some more people in here talking, and that's pretty much some channel news. Anyways, Vikings, Gary Kubiak, he retires. Who is going to replace Gary Kubiak as our next play caller and our next offensive coordinator? That's going to be talking about in this video. If you are new here, subscribe to the channel. It helps me grow a lot. We're almost at 1K. I mean, thank you guys so much. 1K so soon, so soon. Leave a like on the video, comment down below. Gary Kubiak retired. Let's talk about it. All right, so our guy, Gary Kubiak. Vikings fans, I have had a problem with Gary Kubiak this year. If you go on my channel, I have a couple film breakdowns when I was just really questioning his play calling. He really embraced the 1990s look, and if you really compare the Vikings offense to that 90s Broncos team he had, the type of plays they run, the type of scheme, the type of momentum, the type of feel they had, very similar. And I think Gary was trying to really, it's a really good offense if you have the right pieces. He was almost trying to force it in here sometimes. I don't agree with it necessarily, but that's in the past. I thought Gary had a good year this year. Listen, this is the best Vikings offense we have had in a while, and props to him for, I guess, orchestrating it. I would give more props to the players on why it was the best offense in a while, considering Jefferson, Thielen, Cook, Madison, Conklin, Irv, Rudy. The O-line was okay this year, but Gary Kubiak, certain times this year he was explosive, certain times this year he was too conservative, certain times this year we got in a rhythm, certain times we weren't. We were just very inconsistent, and we were like really, really inconsistent, or we were either scoring like touchdowns on 3 straight drives, or we were going 3 and out for the whole game. Now, next offensive coordinator. Now, if you guys didn't know, Clint Kubiak, Gary Kubiak's son, was, I think it was a quarterback's coach for the Vikings this past year. And a lot of news and a lot of rumors are going around that Clint might be the next play caller. I don't know how I feel about this. I want to say, if I'm taking my positive outlook on Clint becoming the next OC, I'm thinking, you know what, his dad's Super Bowl winning head coach. He's definitely got experience. And then also he's younger, so it will be more modern. I've always been calling for more motion. I've been always calling for more motion when the ball is being snapped. More explosive downhill passing or down the field passing where we're picking up 20-yard chunks. And I'm thinking, he's a younger version of Gary, so maybe he can still have the old running values that Gary had, which I still like. Also incorporate that with a more modern day scheme. It could be dangerous, and that could be the offense I want. However, if I'm taking it that way, I'm going to also look at it on the negative side, and I think you guys should too. We all know what Mike Zimmer has done, the offensive coordinators, in the past. Let's not beat around the bush here. Zimmer has been killing offensive coordinators. They come here, they have terrible years. Zimmer would hire Clint. Do you really think if Zimmer came to Clint and Clint was like calling a game and Clint came out and he was like, we got to pass because his secondary is bad. He just had that, and Zimmer's like, what are you doing? Run the ball. Do you really think Clint Kubiak has the balls to stand up to Mike Zimmer like that? And that's where I get a little concerned, because I felt as in years past when the Vikings were running their conservative offense, I think Zimmer, we all know, has played a big part in that. Drops into the question, will Clint Kubiak work? Will Clint Kubiak be the guy that takes this 11th ranked scoring offense in the NFL and put him into the top 5? And I really think the question comes down to is, or I think the answer is, we just got to wait and see. Do we know if Zimmer will give him more control? We can speculate all we want. Even though, let's just say the Vikings somehow brought in like Eric Bieniemy as OC. That would never happen, obviously. But do we think even with Eric Bieniemy, Zimmer would let him run the style of offense he wants? Or is Zimmer looking over the offense way more than we think, and he's going to go get a guy who's going to do exactly what he wants, and that's it? However, I'm a little more optimistic about Zimmer loosening up the offense because yesterday in his press conference, he really came out and said, I'm really happy with where this offense is. You know, he was mentioning it's the most explosive offense he's had during his coaching tenure as a Vikings coach. But anyways, Mike Zimmer, he's obviously happy with the offense. I don't think any reasonable head coach would not be happy with what their offense did this year. Obviously, unless it was like Kansas City doing that, and if Kansas City was 11th in scoring, obviously there would be some concern. But Jefferson, Cook, Cousins, Thielen, Irv, Conklin, listen, there's weapons there. I would say whatever OC is, you find dudes that they want. I would leave Zimmer out of this. I would not let Zimmer get involved in the offensive coordinator sweepstake, I guess. I would let Cousins do that. Cousins has had 3 different offensive coordinators since he's been here. It started off with DeFilippo and that whole mess or whatever the hell that was. Then went to Stefanski. He had a lot of success. And then with Kubiak, he had a lot of success. However, people don't realize that's draining on a quarterback. To switch up your OCs like that year after year, it sucks. It really does suck for an OC to do that. Anyways, what are you going to do, though? I mean, Cousins, I would let him choose just because of what the Vikings have really put him through. And I get, they put him through. They gave him $30 million. Yeah, you gave him $30 million. So build around that. Have him be the guy. Have him be the guy calling the shots on offense. Let him call plays in the 2-minute warning. That's where I want the Vikings to go because, you know, you can have your opinion on Cousins and whatever it may be, but you win in the NFL by having your quarterback be the man. That's the video. That's my thoughts on Vikings OC. I think they should let Cousins decide it. Anyways, let me know what you guys think down below. Subscribe to the channel for new Minnesota Vikings takes. Like the video, comment down below. Talk to you guys next time. Skol Vikes.